Hello everyone, I am Martin Cyril from BSSW1A, and so for today's video I'll be going to discuss the Proclamation of Philippine Independence. So every year the country or the Philippines commemorates the anniversary of the Philippine independence proclaimed on June 12, 1898 in the province of Cavite. And this event signaled the end of the 333 years Spanish colonization. So sa 333 years of being under by Spain, there was no opportunities to determine ourselves as a nation dahil nga under tayo ng Spain. So there have been numerous studies done on the events leading to the independence of the country, but very few students, teachers, and Filipino in general have actually read the document on the Declaration of the Philippine Independence. So maliit lang or limited lang yung nakapagbasa nitong Declaration of Philippine Independence. So dahil Filipinos naman tayo, we should really know the story and what happened during the Philippine independence, no? During the proclamation of Philippine independence. So it tells the kind of government that was created under General Emilio Aguinaldo. So the declaration was a short 2,000-word document. It summarized the reason behind the revolution against Spain, the war for independence, and the future of the new republic under Emilio Aguinaldo. So itong proclamation of the Philippine Independence ay nag-describe siya ng kind of government ni Emilio Aguinaldo. So we are not republic, no? We are democratic. So when we say democratic, it is a government of people, by people, and the people. So when we say republic and state naman, the people choose their representative to government. So it only became a republic a year later when the Malolos Constitution enacted. Taking into consideration that their inhabitants being already wary of bearing the ominous yoke of Spanish domination, on account of the arbitrary arrests and harsh treatment practiced by the civil guard to the extent if causing death with the connivance and even with the express orders of their commanders, who sometimes went to the extreme of ordering the shooting of the prisoners under the pretext that they were attempting to escape, in violation of the provisions of the regulations of their crops, which abuses were unpunished and on account of the unjust deportation, especially those who decreed by General Bianco. So of eminent personage and of high social position, at the instigation of the archbishop and friars interested in keeping them out of the way for their own selfish and avaricious purpose. So deportations which are quickly brought about by a method, a procedure more execrable, that of the Inquisition, in which every civilized nation rejects on account of a decision being rendered without a hearing of the person accused. So if we read and understand the document, we can see the reason behind revolution and Filipinos fighting the independence. And also we can see at the beginning of the documents ang pag-aabuso ng mga Kastila sa mga tao. So here are the abuses, no, during the Spanish regime. So the first one is arbitrary arrest. So kapag sinabi nating arbitrary arrest, the Guardia Civil can arrest the person without basis. So to arrest to be legal, there must be a basis. There must be a crime na ginawa ng tao para ma-arrest siya. So but in the case of Guardia Civil, there are many arbitrary arrests. They are arrested anyone even though they have no basis. So The second one is harsh treatment. So they did not arrest individual, no, but they did all treated them harshly. Hindi lang ina-arrest pero hinaharas din nila. So you need to fight for yourself in this era. So ang mga ginagawa nila na harsh treatment, mga example is torture. So una na yung torture. So maraming hindi makatao na ginagawa ng mga Spaniard sa mga Pilipino. So, the next one is killing of the prisoners under the pretext that they were attempting to escape. So, kung gusto nila patayin ang tao, they're just let them run. And kapag at kung may nagtanong sa kanila kung bakit namatay itong tao na to, sasabihin nila or ipapanakiputas nila yung they are attempting to escape. So yun yung gagawin nilang reason para matakpan yung pagpatay nila sa tao. So, the next is unjust deportations. So, just like Rizal, deported in Dapitan kasi pinag-initan siya ng mga Kastila dahil sa kanyang mga novels, and also the propaganda movement na siya ang co-founder with Graciano Lopez Haina and Marcelo del Pilar. So, next ay ang absence of due process. So, bakit siya nasali? Because all of these abuses were no due process. So, unlike sa atin, no, na merong due process that we really need to hear the both side of the story, no? Both side before mag-decide ang law. So, justification against the revolution against Spain. So, abuses of the civil guard. So, as I mentioned earlier, yung mga ginagawa ng mga Guardia Civil sa mga tao, no, nag-a-arrest sila without basis. So, unequal protection of the law. So, dito sa unequal protection of the law, if malapit ka sa pinakamataas sa kanila, meron kang exemption. Unlike the others na makagawa lang ng kasalanan kahit hindi naman mabigat, but no connection at all sa pinakamataas, so automatic na pinapatay. So, avarice and greed of the clergy. So, nakita naman natin to sa document na binasa kanina na ang mga wrongdoings ng mga priors or mga priests sa unang panahon o mga kasakiman na ginagawa ng mga pare. And the unjust deportations without proper hearing. So, deportation. So, just like Rizal nung dineport siya sa Dapitan. So, from here, the proclamation proceeded with a brief historical overview of the Spanish occupation since Magellan's arrival in Visayas until the Philippine Revolution, with specific details about the latter, especially after the fact of the Akna Bato had collapsed. So, how the Spaniard came in the Philippines through Magellan in eventual Philippine Revolution. So, the spread of the movement Katipunan, like an electric spark, through different towns in Luzon. So, Bataan, Pampanga, Batangas, Bulacan, Laguna, and Morong. And the quick decline of Spanish forces in the same provinces. So, the Katipunan was the first to spread, but what ensured the success of the revolution? Ano ang naka-ensure ng success sa revolution? It was when the movement spread in Visayas. So the revolt also reached the Visayas, thus independence of the country was ensured. So we can realize that the Philippines is composed not only of Luzon, but also it composed Visayas and Mindanao. So, and if gusto talaga natin i-ensure ang bansa, we really need to be united. The document also mentioned Rizal execution, calling it unjust execution. So the execution, as are within the greedy of the document, was done to please the greedy of the priors and their insatiable desire to seek revenge upon the exterminate all those who are opposed to their Machiavellian purposes, which tramples upon the penal code prescribed for these islands. So, unjust execution result, it was really unjust dahil walang legal basis of Rizal. Bakit mo i-execute si Rizal? Did he commit a crime? But it was that to please the greedy body of friars body of friars in their insatiable desire to seek revenge upon and exterminate all there who are opposed to their Machiavellian purposes. So may manipulation and self-interest. So in short, yan na yung mga tinatawag nating dictator. So another document was the Cavite Immunity of 1872 and the infamous execution of Father Mariano Gomez, Jose Burgos, and Jacinto Zamora. So ito na yung Gumburza, whose innocent blood was shed through the intrigues of the so-called religious orders that incited the three secular priests in the said unity. So because of the excitement religious orders, these three secular priests, no, was accused of cabin unity and they were executed by Gorote, and you will be shook to death. So next document, I know. So the Proclamation of Independence also invokes that the established republic could be led under the dictatorship of Emilio Aguinaldo. The first mention was the very beginning of the proclamation. It stated, so ito na yung document, no? So in the town of Cavite Buejo, in this province of Cavite, on the 12th day of June 1898 before me, Don Ambrosio Lianzares Bautista, Auditor of War and Special Commissioner appointed to proclaim and solemnize this act by the dictatorial government of this Philippine island for the purposes and by virtue of the circular address by the eminent dictator of the same Don Emilio Aguinaldo family. So, in the beginning of the document, no, makita natin na ini-emphasize ang leader or dictator was Don Emilio Aguinaldo. And there was a solemn proclamation of his precedence. No, so yun. And next is we acknowledge, approve, and confirm together with the orders that have been issued therefrom the dictatorship established by Don Emilio Aguinaldo, whom we honor as the supreme chief of this nation. No? So, tinaguraan na siyang supreme chief ng nation, which this day commences to have a life its own in the belief that he used as the instrument selected by the God. So, selected by the God, no? In spite of his humble origin, to effect the redemption of this unfortunate people, as for it of abuses, but its subordinate sold by Dr. Jose Rizal in the magnificent verses which he composed when he was preparing to be shot, liberating them for the yoke of Spanish domination in punishment of the impunity with which their government allowed the commission of abuses by its subordinates, abuses by its subordinates. So, and now another detailed in the proclamation that is worth looking, no? As it is explanation the Philippine flag that was where on the same day, no? That was waved on the same day, sorry. So, the document explanation that the white triangle that the white triangle represents the distinctive emblem of the famous Katipunan Society. So, yun yung nagre-represent ng white triangle, the famous Katipunan Society. So the sun represents the gigantic strides and the eight rays of the sun symbolizing the eight provinces of the Manila, Cavite, Bulacan, Pampanga, Nueva Ecija, Bataan, Laguna, and Batangas. And the three-star represents the three principal islands of the Philippine archipelago, which is the Luzon, Mindanao, and Panay. So Panay is served as the center or mainland of the Visayas during Philippine Revolution. So the color blue, red, and white commemorate those of the flag of the United States of North America. And also, the blue and red colors of the flag are often associated with courage, peace, respectively. While it can always be argued that symbolic meaning of something presents as several historical truths that can explain the subsequent events which unfolded after the Declaration of Independence on the 12th day of June 1898. So that's my presentation. Thank you so much for watching.